Hey friends, Jason J here asking if you will take a stand with me and keep on keeping on, because it just doesn't get better, it gets wonderful. You know, bullies are everywhere. We see and hear them in school, in the classrooms, in the hallways, in the lunchrooms. We also see them in church, synagogue. Oh, you fucking bitch. Hey friends, Jason J here asking if you will take a stand with me and keep on keeping on, because it just doesn't get better, it gets wonderful. You know, bullies are everywhere. We see and hear them in school classrooms, hallways, bathrooms and lunchrooms, behind pulpits and churches, synagogues and Mass on Sunday. We hear them in the eloquent speaking politicians who are too afraid to stand up for justice in fear of losing the vote. And sometimes, sadly, we even see them in our families. But I ask you today, brothers and sisters, if you will take a stand with me to keep on keeping on. I am asking you to take a vow and keep on keeping on, because as we have seen over the past few years, the scales of justice are starting to balance. We have patiently and passionately opened the eyes and ears to the injustice of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. We have also patiently and passionately opened the eyes and ears and achieved marriage equality in D.C. and in 6 states, with New York, the engine of America, being our most recent. Hospitals now recognize our spouses as such, as they should. And all across the globe, religious leaders are opening their ears and hearts to God's voice of inclusion. Speaking of God, I urge you to guard your heart and your ears around those who state that they speak for Him and that He wants you to change. The only thing God wants you to change is clearly stated in 2 Corinthians 5:17. And that is from a sinner to a believer, from walking in darkness to walking in light, from being lost to being found. In other words, coming to Him and allowing Him simply to lead your life. And yes, He knows you're gay. It clearly states in Jeremiah 1:5, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you." We have come a long way. We truly have. But we still have our hills ahead. And that is why it is imperative that my straight brothers and sisters watching stand united. During women's suffrage, courageous men helped fight to win their civil rights. During desegregation, it was courageous people of all races and ethnicities that fought for their brothers and sisters' civil rights. And now today, I ask my straight brothers and sisters to join us for ours. As Martin Luther King so plainly stated, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. My friends, never allow yourself for a second to think that you're anything less than perfect. You are wonderfully, uniquely created. You are a child of God. Be strong and hold your head up high. You have fighter genes within you. We are a part of a community that is constantly getting and hearing messages that we're unworthy, immoral, second-class citizens, and so on. And when we finally have enough and lose our temper, we're then accused of having anger issues because we don't love who we are inside. Well, let me tell you who we are. Who you are. We are the heroic gay soldiers like Daniel Choi and myself, having served in 2 branches of the military, and thousands of others that fight for our country every day. We are the brave politicians like Harvey Milk, Tammy Baldwin, Joel Burns, Jim McGreevey, Barney Frank, and the list goes on, who work tirelessly for fairness and equality for all Americans. We are the gay celebrities like Ellen DeGeneres, Rosie O'Donnell, Melissa Etheridge, Sean Hayes from Will and Grace, Jesse Ferguson from Modern Family, Ricky Martin, Dan Savage, and the list really just goes on. They're the ones that turn our gay-bashing media into an accepting one. Props. We are teachers, doctors, lawyers, accountants, friends, neighbors, fathers, mothers, sons, daughters. We all, including you, play an important role in this world. You, my friend, are a part of this great and wonderful community. So I'm speaking to you when I say hang in there. It just doesn't get better. It gets overwhelmingly better. As a teacher, soldier, entertainer, father, son, uncle, brother, Christian, neighbor, friend, and happily married spouse of almost 10 years, I can tell you life is so worth living. I will take a stand and vow to keep on keeping on and do my very best to live passionately and to inspire this generation. Will you take a stand with me and vow to keep on keeping on so one day you will inspire the next? I love you.
You learn from your master, you could even get stoned. When you women weren't allowed to have any choice.
I hope this hits you very hard, so you raise your voices.
It's the mess that is blind.